This journey took us to a very special place to witness a natural spectacle that occurs only once in a long time, a total solar eclipse. I wanted to document this journey on video, with pen and paper, and by drawing it. Traveling is unpredictable. There's nothing like packing bags and embarking on a spontaneous journey. It's as exciting as it is daunting. There's something about flying in a plane that puts things into perspective. I think it has to do with the idea of flying near the clouds in a machine so heavy that it seems like an impossible miracle. No matter how many times I do it, it always becomes an opportunity for me to reflect on impermanence and our fragility. It makes me aware of the importance of making the most of the time we have in this life. Soon we will be arriving at an unknown place. We will immerse ourselves in its history and culture, which I find beautiful and fascinating. This journey is not just to experience something new or discover new places, but to connect with something deeper. We arrived in Durango City, full of enthusiasm and excitement. The city itself is captivating, with its colonial architecture, rich history, and vibrant culture. Our first day was in a beautiful colonial hotel in the heart of the city, a place that exuded history and charm. We intended to spend a couple of days getting to know the city before heading to a more remote destination, right in the middle of the path of totality of the eclipse that would occur in a few days. A natural park with tunnels, numerous rock formations, and several waterfalls, where we rented a cabin. The little cabin was very cute and rustic. It had a kitchenette, a living room with a wood stove, a spacious bedroom, a bathroom, and on a second level, a mezzanine and a balcony. I felt happy to be back in nature, in a quiet cabin that brought back memories of my life in retreat. We went to explore the forest, and we found that there was a mini market nearby where we could get some supplies. We also found a restaurant with handmade tortillas and the typical gorditas of the place. The landscape was arid and cold, with an intensely bright sun, offering an incredibly surreal view during this time before the eclipse. We walked until we reached a beautiful lake and decided that would be the ideal place to watch the eclipse. The connection with nature in this place was tangible, and as we explored the forest, I could feel the ancestral energy flowing around me. At night, we made a fire. Quinn was unfamiliar with a goddess, those pine sticks we use in Mexico to start fires. We made a fire to warm the cabin, and he was amazed by their effectiveness. and I improvise a pasta with vegetables and cilantro sauce. Cooking is special, even if it's something simple. It reminded me of my nomadic years, living in various places around the world, where I didn't always have the best kitchen utensils. Those moments taught me that creativity is essential in any kitchen and that you can always make the most of what you have on hand. For me, cooking is much like creating art and practicing meditation. When I step into the kitchen, I enter a space where raw ingredients transform into a symphony of flavors, textures, and aromas. This process feels similar to the moment just before I start a painting, standing before a blank canvas, ready to bring a vision to life. Each step in cooking requires full attention, from the precise chopping of vegetables to the delicate balancing of spices, engaging my senses and focusing my mind. In this state of flow, I become fully present, immersing myself in the moment, free from the distractions and worries of everyday life. Cooking also mirrors my meditation practice in its ability to cultivate a non conceptual mind. As I engage with the ingredients and the cooking process, I tap into a form of meditation where thoughts and worries fade away, allowing me to simply be. This mindful approach to cooking helps me connect with the act of creation on a deeper level, cultivating a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. For drinks, we prepared soda water with salt and lemon, a beverage known in Mexico as suero, which hydrates and is rich in electrolytes. It's comforting to feed the fire with wood, watching the flames dance and create a cozy atmosphere. Just as in meditation, where the journey is as important as the destination, in cooking, the process of preparing a meal is as nourishing as the meal itself. Embracing the creativity and mindfulness inherent in cooking, I also nurture my soul, making cooking a practice of art and meditation combined. We had dinner while watching a movie. We went to bed early since we needed energy for a lot of walking the next day. The next day, after a cup of coffee, we went to explore more of that magical forest. We arrived at a place of waterfalls. They were dry, but the rocky landscape was interesting, and there was a viewpoint towards a panoramic view. I always enjoy this type of open landscapes. I feel that they open our minds to the greatness of nature. That night, we were invited to dinner at the cabin of some people that we had just met and who came from San Diego and San Francisco, also to see the eclipse. It's wonderful to meet people from other countries and cultures who feel the same excitement for a magical event of nature and share stories by the fireplace. Returning to our cabin, we discovered that it was freezing, so shivering, we made another fire, and we were trying to get the heat into the bedroom, which was too cold. Traveling is not always comfortable, and it makes you face challenges that make you learn to adapt and grow. The next day, with a cup of coffee and preparing for what would be a magical and special moment, we set out for the lake. The sky was spectacular, with a deep blue and clouds that looked like sheets of cotton moving slowly, highlighting the presence of the sun as it prepared for the imminent eclipse. It was nice to find people excited with cameras and telescopes. We sat in a quiet place and we saw that the sun was changing shape. The shadows and the atmosphere became surreal, feeling the palpable excitement in the air as the sun began to fade away. In the moments before, looking through the special lenses, you could appreciate how the moon was overlaying the sun. And without this, the sun looked huge with a rainbow around it. As the moon slowly covered the sun, I felt a sense of awe and humility, reminding me of our smallness in the vast cosmos and our connection with something greater than ourselves. And then it happened. The day turned into night, and we witnessed one of the most impressive sights, a total solar eclipse right above us. As the darkness spread over us and the sky filled with stars, I felt a deep inner peace and gratitude for being alive in that precious moment. This rare celestial event was more than worth the trip. It's a reminder of how small we are in the universe, but connected by these extraordinary moments. And in the midst of this amazing celestial spectacle, connecting with the universal energy flowing around me, I felt a deep connection with nature and the cosmos. I took the opportunity to meditate on two practices, one recommended for special days like this, called the Aspiration of Samantabhadra, and another called Tiklagyanchen, which I received recently from one of my teachers. These practices not only connected me to a deep level of consciousness, but also to the powerful and sacred energy flowing in this unique moment in nature. I also took advantage of this state of tranquility to paint a watercolor of the lake and the eclipse as a reminder of that ephemeral but transformative experience. Painting nature is a contemplative exercise that deeply relaxes me, connecting art, nature, and meditation in a single act. It's also a creative way to record an experience. And there, inspired by the atmosphere, I captured the essence of the place in my travel journal with a quick sketch and some watercolors. It is very important for me to draw something whenever I have the opportunity, as it helps me to continue cultivating my creativity as a painter and illustrator. And because these entries in my journal, where I mix text and drawings, serve as a memoir of the places I visit. Besides helping me to be more present and to observe in greater detail what is happening at that moment. We returned to our cabin to spend the last night with full hearts, feeling the peace of nature and the connection with all those who, like us, had traveled to witness this celestial phenomenon. I took the opportunity to download my photos and videos, have a cup of tea, and meditate by the fire. This reminded me of the multiple cabins in various parts of the world where I have done meditation retreats. I started the day with some yoga and meditation, trying to stick to my daily routines, to feel gratitude and bid farewell to the beautiful place. We took a bus back to Durango, returning to civilization with hearts full of memories and experiences that we will never forget.